Happy day, my dear learners. The topic which we're going to discuss today is group discussion. So, group discussion is popularly known as GD, and as we all know, that group discussion is a module in 50 EN 002 communication skills. So, it may be a generalized concept, but we have to think about group discussion is very important for a student to get himself have a good prospect in his career. It gives a career leverage in the selection process of any campus placement for higher studies and other things. So with this small introduction, let us go and have a detailed look about what is group discussion means. So as you all know that group discussion, we have two words. The rubric, the name is given by experts as group discussion. They have not gone with any options of other names. So when we go for group discussion, we have to think about the word group first. So what is the synonym available for group? Any word that is available for group, we can say that yeah, it is available. We say it as group and team. But as you think, group and team may be replaceable words or can be used both, but it is not like that. A group is different and team is different. If at all you want to understand what is a group means is a collection of individuals, more than two people, and they have the objective of their individual objectives. They want to fulfill their individual objectives. But whereas team again is similar to group, is composed of more than two persons, but they have a common objective. So in that case, in a group discussion, when a group of people are engaging themselves in discussion for a selection process, they are not worried about other people get placed or get selected, but they are more worried, they are more having importance on their own selection at all. Okay, now we understood that team cannot be replaced by the word group. Group is something genuine to be used for group discussion. Then we have the word called discussion. It means discussion is mean we have to discuss, we have to share the points, we have to coordinate with other people, and we have to have the interpersonal skills, and more than that, we should have good leadership. So discussion means that we have to go in a diplomatic way or polite way of discussing things. A person may have a varied or a contra opinion. In that case, we have to iron out and we have to make him convinced, or we get convinced. So it is not argument, it is not something heated exchanges should be there. So group discussion, I have said clearly, yeah, two or more people engaging in a discussion, and they are arriving at a common ideology or understanding that which is the best. For example, if I say homemade food and fast food, yeah, a set of people in a group may say that homemade food is good, but set of people will say that fast food is more tastier. So in that case, we have to find out that homemade food or fast food, a person have to ascertain that which is right. So the majority view, and they have to analyze all the key points in that area. Now, what does a group discussion mean? We know that a group of individuals engaging in a discussion on the topic given. And what should be the number of people should be there in a group. So in that case, we have the group size. The group size may have a range from 8 to 12 persons, and we have to see the optimal number of people in a group. The optimal size of persons involved in a group discussion is 10 persons. Okay, why? You can ask me why if it is 6 people, why if it is not 14 people. Yeah, it's a nice question you can have, or the doubt you have in mind. Let me clarify that stigma of doubt, that if it is less than 8 people, you can understand a person is wasting his energy and resources in judging the people or reviewing the people who are engaged in group discussion. At the same time, if it is more than 12 people, let us assume 13 to or higher numbers, it is very difficult for the moderator to judge a person in 15 minutes or so. So that's the reason why we are keeping the group size in the range 8 to 12 persons, and the optimum size is 10 persons. And if you want to see the seating arrangement of a group discussion, popularly we have in semicircle way, in a round table or oval table, and the free chair should be used. And the semicircle, if you been seated, you can see each other, and there is no need for you to struggle or strain yourself to be viewed by others. It is easy for a person sitting in semicircle in the arrangement of seat. He can view all other persons easily. Also, one advantage on semicircle is that there will be open end where the moderator will be seated or standing, and you can view all the group discussion participants, and he can judge or make opinion about them. This is about group discussion prelude. Now we have to understand what is there for a person hallmarks of a winner. If at all you want to be a winner in a group discussion, there are some hallmarks, some standards. So first standard is that you have to be very patient. Patience here means that you have to wait for your role, wait for your chance of your opportunity of speaking. So a person may speak against your opinion, but don't get hasty in give your opinion. Please hear them what they speak, and later you can give your own opinion on that. It may be something opposite meaning, it may be something controversial, it may be something against him, but the politeness should be always there. So then the perseverance that people are speaking, but your chance of giving the idea may be sometimes prolonged, maybe late. Please wait for the chance to use it, but use the chance by creating opportunity. That's called perseverance. Perseverance here means determination. Then we have the convincing power. When you speak, somebody is not accepting your viewpoint, then you have to convince the person with the proof. Whatever you can say, you should have a proof with you so that people can understand it. So the proof may be where you may refer in a book or some newspapers or magazines or some past experiences too. So you have to give a proper appropriate experience sharing so that the person can be convinced or get convinced. You should have the self-confidence. Once you know what to speak and how to speak, then the self-confidence plays an important role. So self-confidence is very important when you have the subject matter, what you speak at all. So next one is the ability to articulate one thought. So if at all you are not self-confident, you are not having the content to speak, then your articulation becomes marred. So if you are self-confident, it means that you have a content what to speak, then you will articulate your thought in the right way. And you should have the power of persuasion. So you have to move people, whoever has been not accepting your point. When you say that convincing power with good examples, and people will yield to you, and they will get acknowledging your views in right point of time. So the hallmarks of winner is patience, perseverance, convincing power, self-confidence, ability to articulate one thought, and power of persuasion. Now next one, we should know about the strategies to be followed in becoming a group member. So what are the strategies for GDs? First one, we can see about knowledge is strength. You know that a candidate with quality reading habits has more chances of success because he has a varied reading, he has very many concepts, very much full with content and subject matter. He is a ready speaker of anything. So knowledge is strength. You should have a reading habit. The second is that pay attention to what, why, and how to say. When somebody is speaking, you have to be very attentive. Why he is speaking, what he is speaking, and how you have to give a reply. So the response is very important also. And be deliberate and slow in delivery of points. So when there's a reason that when a person speaks, he speaks his known things very fastly. Unknown things are by thinking if he speaks, then he speaks very slow. So in that case, have a good pace of speaking, and whether you know the idea or know the content, or the content is not very sure, then you have to be slow in your delivery of points. It shows that the person or the participants can listen to you easily. Okay. Then follow the principle of politeness. Don't be arguing with somebody, and give the chance for others to complete the point. Don't interfere. And when somebody completes, then you speak with suitable phrases and pleasing phrases to say it. Then substantiate. Substantiate here means explain your point with suitable examples. Simply saying the point will not do much, but you have to give certain examples, you have to give references, and you have to elucidate. Elucidate means explain those examples so that the persons who are thinking that your point is in the wrong side, they will see that it is in the light side, the brighter side. Don't provide opportunities for others to talk at your own cost. Very important. Use your chance better, because I already told you that group means two or more individuals more focused on their individual objectives. So once a participant in group discussion, he want to ace the group discussion, he want to be successful, he is not worried about others. So use your chance first, use your opportunity for yourself first, then allow others to speak. So in that case, don't be hurry in using your opportunity. When the right moment comes, then use your opportunity in a polite way. And first thing is that you should be a good listener. If you want to be a good communicator, you have to be a good listener. Otherwise, it becomes a total waste. Then important thing is don't shout, emotional, angry. Don't become emotional or angry because somebody has been hurting you with your feelings or saying a point that may hurt you sometimes. But don't shout or emotional or angry. You should be using a polite tone. Appreciate the viewpoints of others. Very important. When somebody gives a very good viewpoint, even if the person is idea is very contrary to you, it is making some sense. Appreciate the viewpoint of others. Don't intervene unnecessarily when others speak. When a person is speaking, allow him to speak first and listen and then reply for his words. So intervening is a negative mark in group discussion. Make your comment short and crispy. Don't use your lung power, wasting your lung power. Don't speak for a long time. Make your comment short and crispy so that the persons will understand, so that we can get more points in a GD, more contributions in a group discussion by many members. Use simple, direct, straightforward language and slang languages. Avoid slang languages. Be very simple, be straightforward in your using your language, and that gives you very good point in understanding. Maintain rapport with the fellow participants. Have a good relationship. Don't have a preconditioned notion that other people, these people will be against you, or some people will be against your viewpoints. Not like that. Maintain a friendly approach to the fellow participants, and then conduct yourself in the GD. When someone appreciates your point of view, respond positively and say thank you for your compliment. So that's one thing. So somebody gives you some point, you appreciating him, appreciate them, say thank, and if somebody thanks you also, you say thank you for your compliment. Wind up on time, which can be done incorporating all important points discussed. It's about summarizing. At the end of the GD, or when the moderator says you can sum up, one person can come forward voluntarily and say wind up on time by incorporating all the important points discussed. So for this you have to take notes. You have to make in a note making or record the minutes of the group discussion. Only then you can incorporate all the important points discussed. So next important thing we going for saying is about major roles in group discussion. It's not simply talking and conversing. We have some purpose to do. The first role, major role, is that initiator. When the moderator says you can initiate the session or you can start the session, a person should come voluntarily forward. So a person who starts the topic of the discussion and gives some words and invites others to contribute or say their opinions is called an initiator. It is a very powerful role. It is because it's a very responsible role, and a person should have a command and leadership over that. So we cannot assign a person in the group participants. An initiator may be voluntary role. Anybody can take it at the time of discussion starting. Then we have information seeker. Information seeker is a person is to ask questions related to the topic. The person who is asking information from other fellow participants, some additional information. So his question is to ask additional information on the topic. So information giver, a person who gives information or answers the responses to the questions raised by somebody in the form of information. His role is to answer any questions raised during the discussion pertaining to information. And the fourth role is procedure facilitator. He normally keeps track record of the discussion by keeping minutes of notes. As I already told you, when GD is being wound up, a person has to come voluntarily and summarize the events, incorporating all the important points. How can you think and keep in mind? So you have to keep track record of the discussion by keeping minutes of notes. Again, I'm saying that summarizing is not a person who is preordained or preconditioned, or a person is being confirmed, or a person is being fixed in the starting. Any volunteer at the time when moderator gives idea that somebody can summarize, anybody can come forward and he can go for summarizing. So a person who is following this procedure facilitator role, only he can keep the discussions and keeping the minutes or notes entangled by writing in a piece of paper or in a scribbling pad. So procedure facilitator, every member of the group discussion should be using or playing this role, so that the person may be prepared for summarizing. So we have 8 major roles. 4 roles we have already seen. The 5th role is opinion seeker. On every point raised, this person asks the opinion of others regarding the value. So information seeker is something different and opinion seeker is something different. If I have referred some material, the information I have gathered, I can ask or I can give. But opinion is that what you think about an issue or about a concept, about a question. So on every point raised, this person asks the opinion of others regarding the value. So next role is the opinion giver. A person who is answering or giving response to the opinion seeker is called opinion giver. Clarifier. A person clarifies. So it's doubt clearing. So if somebody gives an idea, then that idea should be clarified or maybe cleared. A person is requesting, then you have to clear up any point of information to the clarifier. The final thing is about summarizer. Summarizer is a person who summarizes the discussion by incorporating all the important points that has been discussed in group discussion. Very important for important role as equal to the initiator. So summarizer, there is no need to say that I am going to conclude. A summarizer I have to give in a nutshell all the key points discussed in a group discussion. So we have major roles, we too have minor roles. So major roles are very, very solid roles, and minor roles can be supplemented to the major roles to get extra points, okay, or extra marks. So a person can score marks in minor roles. So when you come for this, we have minor roles. Social supporter. A person encourages the group when good points are raised. For example, if a seat number 4, we have 8 people sitting in 8 seats. We have seat number 4 giving a good point. Seat number 6 says that seat number 4 has given a very good point. Appreciations to you. So that is called social supporter. We have harmonizer. Tries to consider the benefits from 2 opposing points of view. So when 2 points are coming, it is going to be heated exchange, or you want to nullify the conflict that is going to happen in future, then you become a harmonizer by saying the benefits of 2 opposing points. When you say the 2 opposing points benefits, then people understand, yes, 2 points have some benefits, then we have to consider about which has more benefits. So that goes for the role of harmonizer. We have tension reliever. When tempers are rising high, this person may try to consider the different angles raised. So when people are going for giving 2 opposing points, and when there's going to be a heated exchange, a tension reliever will come and use different angles, different points of view, which is very prevalent or relevant to that 2 opposing points. Is called tension reliever. Energizer. When somebody gives a good idea or anybody is giving information, one of the participants come forward to give idea little more, so that the information can be given more by people. He is just kindling the interest of other people to give good ideas. He is called energizer. We have compromiser. When discussion becomes heated, there is a chance for them to have a debate or argument. There's a chance going to happen. Then A compromiser is a person who goes for compromising, that I think we are moving away or diversifying or derailing ourselves from important issue. Let us focus on the point or the topic. So he is a compromiser. We have a gatekeeper. A gatekeeper encourages silent members to contribute. There are 8 members or 10 members in the group discussion. 1 or 2 members may be very hesitant to speak. They may have points. In that case, a person can come forward after using his chance. He can come forward to say that, now seat number 6 has some point to say. Yes, you can contribute. So that seat number 6, who may be hesitating, he'll come forward to give his points of view. So these are the minor roles in GD. We have negative roles to be avoided in GD. A disgruntled non-participant. A person who does not contribute and whose presence inhibits or prevents the participation of other group members. If there is 8 members, 1 member is not participating, then the group information flow will be disturbed. So such disgruntled non-participant should be avoided. The role of such people should be avoided in group discussion. Then attacker. Someone who acts aggressively by expressing approval of other members and their contributors or contributions to the discussion. A person is very vehement, very violent, and both may be very wordy in using, and he may be an attacker. A person should not insult others by disapproving openly. Then dominator, someone who takes control of the discussion by talking too much. If there are 10 persons in a group discussion, we have 12 minutes, 1 minute for initiating, 1 minute for summarizing. Then each member can take a minute, they can share it. If a person takes another minute, extra minute, it means that he is eating the time of others. In that case, he is taking more time and he is dominating the session. Domination here doesn't mean a person who is speaking louder or shouting or taking control of others. Taking control of the time of others is called dominating here. So we have to avoid this negative role. Then a clown. A clown is a person who shows off, refuses to take part in discussion seriously, but he always says disrupts it with inappropriate humor. People there are maybe saying that, nodding their head, okay, yes, of course, very good, very good. All these phrases without accompanying the points will be very clownish, will be like a buffoon. So such a clownish attitude should be avoided. So points to be remembered: speaking is important. Do not sit silent or speak freely. So speaking is very important. Do not sit silent. Speak freely. Do not monopolize the conversation or talk too much. So don't think that you can only speak, others cannot speak. Don't talk too much. Give everyone a chance to speak. Allow people to speak and have a habit of first listening. Maintain eye contact with everyone in the group. When somebody is speaking, don't bury down yourself in the scribbling pad or somewhere. Don't spread your eye contact somewhere else. Please see the persons in the group. When you are speaking, see other people invariably. And if somebody is speaking, listen or watch him, have the eye contact with him so that the points can be remembered properly. Show active listening skills to impress facilitators. So active listening, always show that when you have the eye contact, nodding your head, and at times you are acknowledging their point, appreciating their point, means that you are an active listener. Do not interrupt anyone. Very important. When somebody speaks, don't interrupt them. Even though they speak something which is not appropriate, allow them to speak. Let them finish their sentence. Then you can intervene. Then you can proceed with your response. Keep the topic on track always. Don't derail. Don't go out. Don't deviate. Don't go into irrelevant paths. Always keep focused on the topic, that is the track here. Encourage someone who may be silent or shy, especially ladies. So in that case, I already told you we have the minor role is called gatekeeper. You have to perform the role of a gatekeeper here. Do not argue with everyone. Do not debate with any particular person while the group looks on. Very important. You should have the role of a diplomat, or be diplomatic or polite. Do not repeat what has been said. Once said the topic, it's okay, but don't say the point or don't repeat the point of your own or others. Try to develop on ideas expressed and give out new ideas. Clarify anything that you have not understood and then talk on it. Always have clarification. Above all, be brief and succinct. Succinct means keep very brief and concise. Do not commit grammatical errors, for meaning that do not commit grammatical blunders. So as far as summarization techniques are concerned, we have to follow that. Avoid raising new points, very important. Avoid stating only your viewpoint. Avoid dwelling, that is harping or focusing only on one aspect of the GD. If it is good or bad, you should not focus only on good aspects. You have to also say about the negative aspects. Keep it brief and concise. It must incorporate all the important points, all the key points that came out during the GD. What are the key points is applicable while taking the notes, you have to incorporate in your summarization techniques. If you're asked to summarize a GD, it means the GD has come to an end. Do not add anything more. So we have some mock session topics. These are some topics which can be taken care of. We have Indian villages, our strength or weakness, hard work versus smart work, advertising is a waste of resources, extracurricular activities should be made compulsory in schools and colleges, present education system in India, good or bad. So I have given a brief list of topic. It means that you have to identify your own group members, voluntary group members, and sit in a semicircle way, and you can conduct yourself in a structured GD. You can make use of these topics and you can see that how good you are giving the points, how good you are in giving all the playing the roles and minor roles, and how good you are in avoiding the negative roles, and how good in your summarizing things. Everything should be there. So you should have some moderator as your own. Either any of your friend can be kept in that role, and he can observe and say that what are the mistakes committed by each member, what are the points to be improved by each member. In such a way, if you go for some practices, it means that your discussion skill in a group discussion will come handy. So I wish all of you that this session was very useful to you, and we'll just see forward to have in another session. So I am very happy that you people are here, and thank you until we meet in the next session, the next video. Thank you all. In your hurry to speak.